You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken tech for your ears.
All right, welcome back. It feels like the internet is just constantly under construction, doesn't it? Sometimes way faster than you can keep track. So today, maybe call it Tech Tuesdays. We're going to plunge into some really innovative stuff happening in web development. Think like super fast frameworks, smarter tools, and the complicated, sometimes tricky role AI is starting to play in coding.
It really is moving quickly, and this isn't just, tech talk for developers. These are fundamental shifts. They're going to directly hit your online experience, app speed, data handling, even the security of the code running the sites you use daily. Getting a handle on these trends now, it gives you a real preview of what's coming.
Okay, let's unpack that, starting with something pretty foundational. Bluesky's AT protocol. Imagine a social network where you actually own your data, your identity, not some giant company. That's the basic idea. It uses things like records, basically data you publish, and these things called DIDs, decentralized identifiers. Think of a DID as like a digital passport you control yourself. Instead of Facebook holding the keys, you do. It's a real shift in power, potentially.
Yeah, and that's what's so interesting here. The AT protocol isn't just another social platform. It's more like a blueprint for a broader move towards decentralized apps. It sort of challenges the whole corporate-controlled internet model we're used to and asks, what if users own their interactions? It's a serious rethink.
So if the foundations are shifting, what about the actual tools developers use to build things? Are they keeping up? Especially with speed and efficiency demands. Which brings us to Rari. Now, this is a new full-stack React framework making some pretty bold claims, like 4 times faster than Next.js, 4 times the throughput. That's significant. Its architecture is different. It combines a Rust runtime, Rust being known for speed and safety, with V8, the engine behind Chrome. And it smartly uses Vite for React server components. That means parts run server-side for quicker loads, then stream to you. It feels much faster.
Exactly. Rari tackles common headaches for developers. Things like file-based routing, where your folder structure just is your site navigation. Plus, automatic code splitting and prefetching. Code splitting is kind of like only sending the part of the website you need right now, not the whole thing at once. It makes pages load and respond way faster. Users definitely feel that. Smoother, more immediate.
Yeah, right. And speaking of making developers' lives easier, let's look at some new tools. First, there's Tidewave Web. It's an in-browser coding agent, mainly for Rails and Phoenix apps. The key thing is its shared context. It actually understands your UI state, the framework you're using. It can even look at your database and logs. It's almost like it's looking over your shoulder, knowing what you're trying to do.
Which really gets at how much friction can we actually remove? I mean, think about toggling between different windows, trying to explain to an AI what you're even doing. Tidewave aims to cut out that back and forth, makes the whole flow feel more intuitive, more efficient, like a really smart pair programmer right in the browser.
And then for folks really focused on privacy, local control, there's Zless. It's a fork of the Z editor, but they've stripped out all the cloud stuff, the telemetry, no phoning home. It's all about local first function. You control the environment completely.
Yeah, that's crucial for some developers. User configurable setup, network features off by default. So control and privacy. And also worth a quick mention is Herb. It's a set of tools for improving work with HTML and ERB templates. Uses C-based parsing for accuracy language server, formatter, linter. Basically makes managing those templates less painful.
Okay, so while these tools help individual devs, there's this other massive force, AI in coding. And we're starting to hear this term, the bus factor of 0, tied to AI first coding. The risk is basically, if the AI writes tons of code, maybe no single human on the team really understands it deeply anymore. So if something breaks or needs changing, debugging becomes a potential nightmare.
And connecting that to the bigger picture really highlights this tension, doesn't it? Between the incredible efficiency AI promises and the potential loss of deep human understanding in our code. Are we building things we can't fully grasp or fix ourselves down the line? It's a serious question about knowledge and expertise.
But, it's not all warnings and scary scenarios. Look at Dropbox. They're apparently heading towards over 90% AI adoption in their engineering teams by 2025. Their approach seems to be hybrid. They use tools like GitHub Copilot, but also build internal solutions. And they say a big part of their success is leadership buy-in and lots of knowledge sharing. So they're making it work.
Dropbox's approach is pretty strategic. They seem to be using AI across the board, not just writing initial code, but for reviews, testing, debugging too. It's more about augmenting developers, not just replacing them. Their success isn't just the tech, it's the culture and process ensuring AI helps. It doesn't just take over.
Still, you hear things that give you pause, like that Copilot audit log issue. Apparently, it allowed file access without leaving a trace. Someone could potentially look at files and you wouldn't know. And Microsoft, well, they decided not to publicly disclose the fix, which raised some eyebrows. It definitely makes you think about the trust we place in these powerful tools and the companies behind them, right? So yeah, we've covered a lot of ground, from foundational stuff like AT protocol, super fast frameworks like Rari, to helpful tools like Tidewave and Zedless, and then this whole complex picture with AI. It seems clear that finding the balance, adopting powerful tech while holding on to understanding, transparency, security, that's the key challenge.
Absolutely. And maybe that leaves us and you listening with a thought to chew on. How do we as developers, as tech users, make sure this push for efficiency doesn't mean we lose crucial knowledge or trust along the way? What's our responsibility as we weave these incredibly powerful tools deeper into how we build and live online? Something to keep in mind.
Spoken Tech for your ears.